Good morning. It is Wednesday, September 17th. And you're probably wondering, if you missed yesterday's show, why I am in an Amazon shirt at 6:30 in the morning. And why I'm actually home too. That is because I do not start work until 12 o'clock, which means I don't leave here until 11. So yeah, I have a little bit of time before I have to go into work. The downside is I don't get off work until 8:30 tonight. Yeah. So I'm not going to be getting home until like 9:30 at night.
Like and subscribe.
But guys, let's go ahead. Let's go have a little morning coffee date with Tiff. Then I think I'm going to go ahead and grab like a small item from Publix to go and eat before I go into work.
That and hamburger meat.
Oh, really?
Well, if I make a spaghetti, kind of need
I
it.
thought we already got the hamburger meat again.
No.
Back when we were buying all that stuff.
No.
Oh, wow, we missed something. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get late to the bus stop. Let's go ahead and get over to our coffee date and then to Publix. And then come home and get ready. There we go. Oh, there's my cute, perfect girl.
Doing laundry this early in the morning. So much fun. It feels like it just never ends. There's only 3 of us.
It could be worse. It could be like the carousel progress and you could have to go ahead and hand do it.
Yes. That is worse.
There you go. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get ready to get to the bus stop. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get to the bus stop. And yes, my voice is still sounding bad. I need some honey. Oh wait, I got a nice honey. Let's get going. All right, so now that Lily is on the bus, we have 2 choices. We can either go down to 192 for Krispy Kreme, or we can go over here and go to Dunkin'. You know what? Since you are the sweetest princess in the whole wide world, what do you want?
Dunkin'.
Okay. It was going to be Dunkin' regardless. Because I didn't want to drive all the way down to 192 just for coffee and donut this morning.
Like coffee.
No. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get over there and let's get this taken care of. A nice little coffee date. And then we can go from there. Go over to Publix. Get the hamburger meat. Get the whatever I want to eat quick before I go in.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be time for me to get going after shaving.
Yeah. Seems so quick.
Now, by the way, I do have Amazon coming in today. They're going to be dropping off some ink, so we'll have to set back up the printer.
Oh, okay.
Because I got to print up some documents.
No, that's actually a good thing because I actually need you to print up a few things for me.
Okay, but yeah, I'll just have to have you find a place for the printer today, if you don't mind. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead. Let's have a good one. God, my voice is still bad.
I don't know why. I really don't.
I don't either.
That doesn't make sense at this point.
We need to get medicine or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's bad enough. Maybe you just need to drink some tea. A honey tea.
All right, let's go get some coffee instead. It is 7 o'clock nearly, and boy, it looks like a Tim Burton film.
Yeah.
It is so cool out here. Let's go in the Dunkin', let's get a drink, and let's get something to eat. On a nice little coffee date with a gorgeous hot girl. Oh, she's so amazing. I'm on top, you're on bottom. No, look, my cup is on the front part in the cup holder. Hers is on the bottom. Oh my gosh, it's too early. That was a nice little breakfast date.
It was.
But you know what?
Music was really loud in there.
It was.
Like, really loud.
You kind of get the hint that some places you'll eat at are more anti-vlogger than others.
Well, that, and I don't think they purposely want you to be in there for very long.
Gosh, I remember the old days where there'd be a group of older gentlemen that used to sit outside of McDonald's and would just sit there all day drinking coffee.
Now McDonald's found ways to keep people from doing that. They make the building way too cold. They blasted music, or they're blatantly not serving you inside.
Another way that they actually found was to go ahead, and they're starting in all new remodels of the stores, to go ahead and remove the soda dispenser from the lobby.
They got rid of that too.
So you have to go to them and get a refill.
There's no place for older people to just sit down and, hang out together and just talk.
No, there really
like
isn't.
They used to. In their 20s,
sad.
we used to see that all the time.
Oh, yes. And they
Not
were
anymore.
great to talk with as well
Yeah,
when we would pass them by. It was a lot of fun.
But every single location now is just barren and empty. There's nobody inside.
But like back then, we were walking, and I still remember clear as day. We would take the bus over, get Lily to UCP on Dillard Street. Then we would actually come up to the McDonald's, go in, have a little breakfast, come out, have a little talk with the older gentlemen. They were like in their 70s.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, many of them probably passed away by now.
Yeah, probably, definitely.
It's been 30 years.
Yeah.
20 years actually, so go figure. But yeah, they were so cool to talk with.
I used to see him every time when we went to McDonald's.
Alright, let's get over to Publix. Let's go ahead and take care of that. And then we can go from there.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time though, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
And then later, when we get home before I get ready for work, we'll have a little talk about what I've been thinking about as far as what Tiffany did yesterday. And by the way, her thoughts completely unedited. That's why even the ending scene of hers will actually show her turning off the camera. From start of film to stop, it was one single cut. There was no editing done to that at all. And the reason why, because I wanted her thoughts to be her thoughts, and I'm not going to censor her at all. I don't need to.
I have to admit, though, talking about some of the stuff, I had to pause between a lot of it to help my brain catch up with what I'm trying to get out in words. Because I do struggle with speech.
And word dyslexia.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a very hard time just talking my problems out.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. I'm not one of those type of people that would be on stage talking about different things, that's for sure.
But that's like all I gotta do is just sit down, pick her cute little butt up, put her on my lap, hold her against me, and wrap my arms around her, and then she can just calmly tell me what she needs. And that's how we work a lot of our stuff out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff that was discussed later on. and in upcoming further videos as we go along. Let's go ahead and let's get in the Publix now. Alright guys, let's go in the Publix and let's get our shopping done. Order shopping is a pleasure. Wow, they are out of a little bit.
Quite a lot, actually.
Alright.
Sell, it's all gone.
They do have Maverick one right here. This is extra lean. What do you think?
Yeah, that one's fine.
Alright, so we'll do this one here. Do you want to check the expiration for me?
Yeah. Find it. 9:30.
Okay, cool. You know, we got everything we needed for like under $15, but then again, that's just a bottle of water and a pack of hamburger meat.
This is ridiculous.
But look at that gorgeous sky. That is so beautiful. Let's go ahead. Let's get going home. And let's get ready for the day. Alright, you knew that it was going to be time eventually for this. Peanut butter bagel and coffee. Honestly, it's just the best way to go ahead and get the energy and the carbs I need to go and keep me fueled for the entire day. And then tonight when I come home, then I can have Tiffany's spaghetti. I also have a little secret up my sleeve for later if I need to. Otherwise, I can save it for the following day. I'll show you guys later. It's amazing. A beautiful girl, Seinfeld, and great coffee before work. Alright guys, it's 11:06. It feels weird. Let's go ahead and let's get to work. No, we're not taking the lizards with. Alright guys, it is 11:09 and we are on our way to work. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's talk about Tiffany's stuff from yesterday. Okay? I honestly fully support what she put out yesterday. And truthfully, a lot of what she was saying are thoughts that I've had too as well, about wanting to move out of the state, wanting to see other things. You see, I've had a couple of different ideas. One, like moving over to Davenport, where it was a little bit more inexpensive than Winter Garden, to go ahead and purchase a home to go and settle into. Also where the property taxes are lower. Another idea I did have that I was kicking around too was moving like up to my home area. My original foundations of Pennsylvania. There's some outskirts of Reading that are also really nice. And that also seemed pretty cool. And I could also become a teacher there, and Pennsylvania has a reciprocation program where that my stuff would actually follow. So I was thinking, okay, I could become a teacher in Pennsylvania as well. So there was a lot of ideas like that we've been kicking around, and then I've also been kicking around in my head. One of the other things I was also thinking about too, and Tiffany kind of hit on a little bit, was how much longer do we want to keep Disney around for? What do we really want to do with Disney? Now, mind you, okay, we do not hate Disney. We don't dislike Disney. It's not about the politics and all the changes that have been going on. Oh, they got rid of Rivers of America, so we're going to go ahead and cancel our passes, and Disney's getting rid of Dinotopia, so we're going to get rid of our passes. No, we're not in that boat. Not at all. What it has to do more of is, generally speaking, the issue of most Floridians and why they don't have Disney passes. Because living in Florida is ridiculously expensive. It is. Okay? And here's the thing with it, okay? You can go ahead and you got your rent, you got all your utilities, you got your phone bill, you got everything else, you got your food costs, you got your general living expenses, because let's face it, you may want to go out, you may want to have a Starbucks. You may want to go out and just have a burger for a night for dinner or something. Or your friend from college comes in and says, hey, let's go over to a nice restaurant and catch up. Like, all right, Miller's Ale House or Big Fire or whatever. Big Fire's over at City Walk. Nice place. We're actually going there on Saturday. More about that later on. But yeah, that's the thing of it. And then you add in the Disney costs, okay? The ultimate pass that we pay right now for a family of 3 comes to $358 a month. Okay? So thinking about that is like an extra bill. Now I know what you guys were thinking back in January when I lost my job and everything. Why don't you just get rid of your Disney? You can't. So here's the deal. When you put Disney on a monthly program, okay, what you are doing is you are dividing that original payment up by 12. Sometimes 11 if you put a down payment on it. Okay? But that's the issue right there. So, when you go ahead and you do that, when you make it into a monthly program, and you just say, yeah, I'm not going to pay. Okay. They give you a couple months to catch up or so. And then if you still don't, alright, now it goes to collections. After it goes to collections, then a legal department will take over. And then they basically take you to court for it. Or at least they can in theory. I don't know of any personal cases where they have, but it is an option that they do have. So really, that's where we are at with Disney. I am currently working Universal. I also work as a substitute teacher when I want. And some weeks I'll just take off from substituting just so I can hang out with Tiff. And that's what I'm doing on Friday. Tomorrow I'm going to be over at a high school doing a reading class. I didn't even know they had reading class in high school, to be honest. But that's the thing. It is fun. Because I'm trying to set us up for the future. And that's it right there. The future. Where do we want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 10 years? What do I really want out of life from this point on? I'm reminded of the Boy Meets World episode where Mr. Feeney and Corey, played by William Daniels, the legend, and also Ben Savage, okay? They're over in the garden in the back of Mr. Feeney's house with them on each side of a fence. And Mr. Feeney is talking about a plant that was an indoor plant before. And what happened is that eventually it outgrew its area. And it started not to thrive as much. So he had to move it into a new area. But when he tried to move the plant, it resisted. It hung on to its roots quite a lot. But once he moved that plant outside, it thrived even more. And it was really good for the nurturing and the development of that plant. And he likened it to Topanga, which was the wife at the time of Corey. And she was going to go to New York City to become a lawyer. And they actually followed that up in Girl Meets World, the sequel to the show. So really, that's kind of where I am at right now. I have lived in Winter Garden since 1992, when my family originally moved down to Florida. We originally moved over to Claremont, then we moved over to Winter Garden, which I've discussed many times before, mind you. And this is where I've been for an eternity. I've been down to 182 for a little bit, 192. And I lived down there for a little bit with Tiffany's family, and it was pretty cool. But then I came back up here, and Highway 50, the road that I'm actually traveling on right now that I'm about to get off of, I have rode my bicycle on since I was about 14, 15 years old. I've been traveling it, going up and down, seeing the businesses change and evolve over time. Also, going away too, as part of that change. And that's the thing of it. The change can be good. And at the same time, it can be quite scary as well. And that's where I'm kind of at right now. I've been thinking about the change of where do I really want to be? What do I want to accomplish? How do I want to get there? Who can help me get there? And what mistakes and pitfalls can I avoid along the way that would prevent me from getting there? And one of the trolls that I had a little bit ago would often remark about a couple of our spending habits, like on low. But overall, that's not going to prevent me from getting there. Not at all. Because the little here and there's for Lily to make her emotionally satisfied are not going to be what prevents me. Not at all. Instead, what would prevent me are taking out extravagant loans for basically junk that is not needed. That is what would get me into a place of not being able to complete my goals down the line. Another thing that would prevent me is taking out extravagant car loans. Let's say I become a teacher and I'm making okay money, mind you. Not great money, but okay money. Pay the bills, have some extra in savings. And going out and buying, let's just say, a new Mustang, instead of buying a practical, reasonable car, that could eliminate me from getting to my goals. From getting something that is beyond my budget scope of practicality. Now, if you talk to Tiffany, she'll say, Ryan, just get whatever car you would like that would last you, because she would want me to be happy. But me internally, I think about the budget of the future and all that good stuff. So that's where I am mentally. I'm at a point where even my spending is like non-existent unless I truly need something. Like I needed ink for the printer and it killed me to spend $58 for black and for color ink. And all I could think was, oh my God, that's like, yeah, that's a lot of money. And I knew that it was an older printer, so I was thinking, how much money would it cost me to just buy a new printer? Because my thinking, my logic was 1990s thinking, and back then you could buy a brand new printer often for less than the cost of the toner or the ink. That was funny about the 90s. But yeah, that was my logic today on the toner and ink from last night. And that's the thing. The choices I make today are going to set me up for tomorrow. And they're going to set me up for the future as well. So, if I call in sick today, even though I just got a sore throat still, yeah, it's going to set a precedent standard mentally. Nah, yeah, you can just call in whenever you feel like. Screw it, it's just a job. No, if you have the mentality that you need this job to pay your bills, to set yourself up for the future, then you're going to want to work it out and tough it out and go for the long haul, while figuring out a better plan of something that you would enjoy even more. like, with security. Do I like security? Yeah, it's fun and all, and it's pretty cool, but at the same time, I would love guest service. Well, I need to go ahead and work hard at this, so that way I can get to that. And that's where I'm at. I need to work hard at the education side, so that way that I can build myself up for the future of living down here forever, or moving up to Pennsylvania, or wherever. That is my thought process, in all honesty. And I do like the idea about what Tiffany was thinking about and all. And after watching all of her thoughts and everything, and really sitting down with her last night, turning off the TV, putting the light on beside the bed, and just looking at each other and talking to each other made a lot more difference. And it gave us a lot more perspective and introspective as well into what we want. And our goals are still aligned with each other. But that's where I am at. Now, in November, we're going to have to make a hard choice about canceling off Disney. The thing of it is that I don't want to be honest. And she and I will discuss that privately. And my thinking is that my logic and my process of thinking is that 6 months from now, 4 months from now, I may not be in this position where I'm working 2 jobs 7 days a week. I could be in a better situation where I'm working 1 job 5 days a week. That is my thought process. So that's where we're gonna have, I wouldn't say an argument at all, but we're gonna have a serious discussion, all 3 of us. Myself, Tiffany, and Lil. Because here's the thing, Lily's input is more valuable to me than anybody else in the world. And the reason why is because that girl, she doesn't have a filter. She doesn't have a concept of lying to make you feel better. She will just tell you straight up exactly how it is. And that's why I go to her for a lot more stuff as well. Of course, I do listen to Tiffany and her opinion. But the problem with Tiffany is, I love her, but she always will say to me, Ryan, whatever makes you happy. Well, that's the problem. It's not the answer I'm looking for. But the problem is, she doesn't want the responsibility if the decision is good but ends up hurting us in the long run. Or better yet, okay, and this is a better way to explain it, she doesn't want me to miss out on an experience that I may be upset later about. That's the other part. Hang on, I'm about to go over Hiawassee Road here, and there's a little bit of road works. Alright, bump 1, bump 2. Okay. But yeah, that's where I am at right now. Let me readjust. There you go. And that's why it's gonna be a hard talk. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot that will have to be discussed between us. And we'll figure it out, like we always do between us. But speaking of that adorable girl, I'm going to go ahead and call her and have a little phone talk with her before I start my work. This was a nice time with you guys. And I'm sorry about the old man rambling. But if you enjoyed it, awesome. And that's the thing. We're not a family that does little skits on TikTok and YouTube shorts. We don't need to do skits because honestly, we're too old for that stuff. And it just doesn't look right for us. It's just not how we are. What you see on here is what you get in real life. Let's get going. Alright guys, let's go into work now and let's go have a great night. Later on I will be on break and I have a treat maybe I'm going to be eating. We'll see. But I also have a bottle of water in there for later as well. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go to work now. Alright, so no, it is not the end of the workday. It is 3:33. And I am actually on a 30-minute lunch break. So here's the deal, okay? Tiffany actually made me a little snack pack because she knows I don't really get hungry while I'm working. So yeah, crackers, some peanuts, and a little fruit snack thing, and then my bottle of water. So yeah, that was really cool of her. Unfortunately, it's so early in the day, I do not feel like eating, so I'm not gonna eat anything right now. Instead, I'm just gonna save it for later, for like tomorrow. And that is when I am gonna be over substituting. Also, don't let me forget, I gotta get gas later too. But yeah, so let's just relax, let's enjoy some time. And I'm gonna call Tiff and just have a little phone talk with her. Alright, let's do it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get connected here. It is, as of now, 8:30. Let's get home, let's get the Tiff. Alright, so here's the deal. Tonight, I got to do my first Halloween Horror Nights coverage. And truthfully, it was a lot of fun. I was doing London and it was great. I got to have a great time with all the guests. We got to have a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I had to irritate a couple of people. only because of the dress code. Because you can't have like chains that are hanging off of your clothes. So that unfortunately irritated a few people. But other than that, it was great. Oh, and one more thing. Drinks. Yeah, so here's the deal. At $4.59, okay, you can bring in an open drink into City Walk. But here's the deal. Once 5 o'clock hits, you can no longer bring in that open beverage. Water, soda pop, anything. Can or bottle is excluded. So you can't bring in those that are open. Everything has to be sealed. So it really sucked. Having to tell people they could not bring in their stuff that they wanted to. Especially people that just opened it. Like a guy was wanting to bring in a Celsius energy drink. And I felt so bad for him. So he had to go back and chug it basically. But yeah, honestly, everything went really great today. I couldn't have been any happier. It was a lot of fun. And a lot of the outfits were really cool and really creative. There was one guy that, if you watch this, I am really, really sorry about the chain that you had around you and that you were with somebody else, I believe, that had the spikes on the actual bracelets. I felt so bad because it was like an integral part of their costume and it looked so cool. And I just felt so bad that they had to take this stuff back or have it bailed. And bailment is basically where an item is of a size that we can hold and of a type, and then you come back at the end of the day and claim it. But yeah, that's a bailment item. No, your alcohol is not a bailment item. That gets disposed of properly. But yeah, today was amazing as heck. So much good has come out today. It's unbelievable. And so much relief as well. The only thing is, and after I let you guys go earlier, Tiffany and I, we had a call in, talk like I told you about. And we were going back and forth a little bit over the whole Disney thing. Because really, it's a hard one. Because, like, I want to be able to get to Disney. I want to be able to enjoy it again. And I want to be able to go, but in a relaxed way. I don't want to go, like, all stressed out. And that's the thing. For the past 6 months, it has been stressed to hell. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You guys can see it too. Because our quality of standard of life has gone down. From when I was making like $60,000 a year to now making like 30 something. So like my pay is like half of what it used to be. And yeah, the substitute job makes up for some of it. But at the same time, I don't know, it just feels different. And also because I miss helping people with their computer problems still. And by getting into teaching, I can help the kids whenever they have a computer issue, but at the same time, I can help them with their schoolwork too, so I'm still feeling of use like that. Like, I actually have a purpose. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Over here, yeah, I have a need to be there for 6 to 8 hours or 9.5 hours, whatever. But at the same time, it just hits differently. Because it's not your specialization. It's not what you've been trained and taught basically all your life. Like all my freaking life, I have been trained and taught in computers and computer education. So It's my specialty. Oh my god, Tip, you had it 79 freaking degrees in here. And I just now noticed it. Dang. But yeah. Tiffany, on the other hand, she's on the side of wanting to try to go ahead and start saving money later and going with that pattern of thought. I'm on the pattern of thought that our life could very well change in a few months and will be a lot better and a lot different. I don't know. If I do get the teaching job and it's full 5 days a week, I don't know if I would want to continue with a secondary job. I don't know. Because I have to think about one other element, that money is great, but Lily is getting so much older now. She's 20 years old. And I want to give her as much time as I possibly can. And that's the thing. If I'm working all days of the week, how can I effectively give her my time? That's a part that I've been thinking about. Like tonight, I felt shitty as hell that I couldn't be there for her for dinner, to sit down with her when she came home and had dinner with her and with Tiff. Because it's something customary that we've always done. So, I don't know. It's just something that's going to be different. And different can be a little scary at times. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and have some time with Tiff. I got about half an hour, 40-minute drive home. And then she can make the spaghetti when I get home. I'll just toss it in the microwave and giving me those delicious cold spots. You know how all reheated stuff gets. You get burnt spot, medium, and then cold.
Okay.
Hi! Can I ask you for a favor?
What?
When I get home, can I have some spaghetti?
Oh, yeah.
And do you promise to give me one really big cold spot, but the rest will be like really boiling hot?
Yes.
Sweet. I told you guys, that's spaghetti for you. Alright, I'm gonna give my time to Tiff and then get ready for an outro at home while she heats it up. And then I gotta tell Lily goodnight. And then I gotta get ready for high school tomorrow. Reading class, oddly. So that'll be interesting. Well, guys, it is 9:15 and I am now home. I can have a nice dinner and I can relax, edit this video, and then get some sleep and then get ready for high school tomorrow. High school really does never end. Bowling for Soup was right. Yeah, and my voice is still crap. So, then again, I was yelling like crazy all night at people. Have a good night and all the good stuff. So if I had you guys tonight in lane number 10 over in the hub, and you see this video, thank you for a great night. And with that, guys, have a good sleep. I will see you tomorrow after I'm done with high school. And let's just make it tomorrow a great day. There you go. We'll start off with a nice peanut butter bagel. It's a nice little routine by now for you guys. Right? There you go. And some coffee. Let's get going and have a good sleep.
But I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side.